In today's video, I am going to be setting up my brand new fitness and wellness planner for the second half of 2024. So stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. My name is Tracy and I am a girl with plans. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. And if you find that you enjoy it, do not forget to press that like button. All right, guys, so this is going to be the planner that I'm going to be using for fitness and wellness for the second half of 2024. Earlier this year, I was using a discount system where I freaking planned 3 to 4 different planners, depending on the month, into a fitness and wellness planning system, which was a lot. It did work. I can pretty much make any layout work. So with that being said, I figured let's go with the daily. And I had a couple of these already in my planning stash. This is a 2022 planner, or this actually might have been a 2020. No, this was 2022 planner that I bought heavily reduced. And I'm like, let's go ahead and use this for fitness and wellness. You see, I have printed out some things that we're going to be using to kind of spruce this up a little bit. Now, I have already begun setting it up because if I was to set this all up on camera, we would be here all day. So let me show you what I did. I actually have another one of these here so that way I can actually show you what I took out and things like that. Okay, so just in case you have this planning system or whatever. So when in this type of planner, you go to your intro page and that has like all these how-to instructions and things like that. So all I did was I removed this page completely and then I taped this one to the back of this divider because I didn't want to lose the divider and the name page. Plus it's like nice thick cardstock. So basically I taped those two together. So right here you'll see, and then I put a Mambi sticker because hey, I never get to use my really big stickers. So I put that there to kind of make it look all fitnessy. And then we come with the dream section. And on the dream section, what I did is I taped these two pages together. So that way, when you flip to the dream section, you immediately open to that. We're going to actually work on that today, but I'm going to go through my whole setup first, and then we'll go back and do what I consider fun. I don't know about you. You might be considered snooze, but we'll see. So I taped that together just because this is helpful for like my catch-all, and I do have one of these in my catch-all, and I actually did this for the first half of the year, so I don't even know if I'm going to be doing this in my catch-all for the second half of the year, but I definitely don't need this for my fitness and wellness. This is pretty much figuring out what you want out of life, what your dreams are type thing, so that way you can kind of set goals, move into that. This is a great system. It's just for my fitness and wellness. I didn't really want to use that, so I just figured to make things simpler, I'll just tape it so that way I can flip right to that. And then they have goal categories, which are really good goal categories, again, for general overall goals. I'm not going to be using those categories, so I have just basic. I'm just went ahead and just, not just basic, I just went ahead and covered those, and then I'll be creating my own categories. So there we go. Then when you flip to the next page, it's that, and everything here is the same. I'm going to cover this up. Still got to figure out how I'm going to do that. And then this is the very last page, which here it was a 2-pager. But what I did was, hold up, what did I do? Okay, I tore these pages out completely. So I just tore them out because again, I wasn't going to be using this for fitness and wellness. So this is how you basically change those limiting beliefs that you may have in your head to turn them into a positive kind of vibe. So that way you are kind of changing those negative thoughts into something less negative, kind of more go get 'em type thoughts, if that makes any sense. So you had that, and then you had, this is how you kind of guide your goals with action steps. It was kind of like a brainstorm page. So I did remove them, and this is how you kind of create your ideal schedule. I did do this for, like I said, my catch-all at the beginning of the year, but I didn't need that there. So I removed pages that I don't necessarily need because with the coil bound system, it's full. It's full already. And I will be putting stickers in here, which will make it more full. All right. So then our second section, which is plan. Let me flip that to here. So because these are outdated planners, they have this like 6-month calendar here. Obviously, I don't want an outdated calendar, so I just covered it with a page that I pulled out from the back. And even though this is a coil bound system, you can take the pages out if you just take scissors. I did show you guys this when I did my 2024 planner setup at the beginning of the year, but you can literally just go in here. So like I'll flip to like a blank page in the back, like one of these. I'll pull it up like this, and then I'll snip here, and then you can just pull it out. So that's what I do to customize my planner. So you can do that with any type of coil, twin loop, or anything like that. You can't really do it into one that's bound like a book binding, but you know, you could still customize that, and I will show you guys that when I do my catch-all planner. So to cover that, I did this. Then right here, hold up, I'm missing a page. No, I'm not. It was stuck together. So here's another one. So this is another page that I took from the back. I'm confusing myself because they're stuck together. So here they have these line pages in the back. So I tore this one, and this is what I mean when I say, see, it's almost like a disc-bound system, and you can just pop it back in. You just have to be a little bit more, well, you need to be cautious with the disc-bound system too, but you just sometimes need to make sure that it goes all the way in there. So what I did here, these stickers came from the Florals and Fitness sticker book from Live Love Posh. And I just created a chart. So I'm going to write the date here. And then this is where I can kind of keep record of all of my measurements, because this was in my, let's pull out my disc-bound system. So in my disc-bound system, I was using the fitness extension pack, or it was exercise extension pack, I think is what it was called. And they had this, and then they had another full page that was on the back of the calendar. I removed the calendar, so I can't show you guys, but it had all of this in here. And now I don't do it every day. I like to kind of weigh in once a week, and maybe do measurements once a week, but it's kind of been every other week, and that's fine with me because our measurements and our weight fluctuates so frequently that, you know, once a month is fine. But because I have all the space, I'll probably do it more than once a month. Maybe, we'll see. But that's why I did this, because I do like the thought of it. This should be plenty of room, but if I need more room, I have a back page, and then I just use stickers and stuff to cover up the word notes. This page, so again, this is, I just inserted that there as an extra page, and I just showed you how to do that. This page was the pre-planning page. So like this planner is also July through December. So on the pre-planning, it has the next 6 months. Well, obviously I don't need that for this. So what I did is I covered up the dates with stickers, and then I put months on here, and then I covered up the whole pre-planning stuff with more stickers from the Florals and Fitness sticker book. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my Canon Ivy printer, which is right here, and I am going to print progress photos every month. Hopefully I can remember. If I can remember, that's what I'm going to do. And then I can do a progress photo right here. It should fit in the box pretty much perfectly. What I may do is take a progress photo. Well, I guess I'll do a front and a side view, so I might even be able to do 2 photos. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But I'll do a progress photo here, so that way I'll have my measurements and my progress photo. And the reason why I'm doing this is because sometimes like the scale doesn't move, but when you look at your progress pictures, you'll see that you are making progress. So I'm doing this to hold myself accountable, but I'm also doing this so that way I can stay motivated and see that hopefully things are going in the right direction, because I'm trying to be optimistic. And like I said, sometimes the photos will show what the measurements are not, or vice versa. So that's why I'm doing both. And then the back of this had a holiday list. Obviously, it's out of date, and I don't really need a holiday list, even if it was in date, for my fitness and wellness. So this is a planner Kate. I had bought one of her Oops bags where you get or it's like Misfit bags or whatever, and you get like a whole bunch of stickers for like $4 or something, and it had this on it. So this was one whole sheet, not the washi. This is washi, the teal color's washi, and then the sticker here is from the Florals and Fitness Live Love Posh book. But this sticker, these two, and then this all came from that set. This I had to cut down to size, so I just cut it and then layered it to make it fit here. I'm not sure what I'm going to use this for, but I really needed to cover up the holidays. And then this is when I'm going to check off the days that I work out. So that's why I went ahead and wrote July through December, and that's all I'm going to do. Now, let's see if this one has it. I think it does. Yeah. So on these planners, they have the year here. So I just put like these die cut stickers that I got from Temu on the front of each divider. One to jazz it up because the year was here. So I added like multiple stickers to a lot of these. There we go. So again, easy way to jazz it up. I might have even done this if the year was correct, although their new planners are all undated, so it wouldn't have the year on it anyway, but I do like to jazz it up with stickers. And because these are like shiny die cuts, I probably would not be using them in any of my spreads. Just hit my arm. But I like the way it looks on the cover. The other thing I went ahead and did was, see, now you know why I didn't do the setup on camera. So here is the calendar. Let me just go ahead and turn to the right one so that way you can kind of see a little bit more. I mean, you can see what I did, but so here's the calendar. Obviously, because this is 2022, I needed to redate it. So I was like, if I'm going to have to redate it anyway, I want to do a Monday start because I like Monday starts versus a Sunday start on my monthly calendar. I do not redate it with a Monday start if it is already correctly dated. That's just too much. But if I'm having to date an undated planner or redate an outdated planner, I'm likely to go ahead and make a Monday start. So here's what it looks like. So you can see it was Sunday through Saturday. So all I ended up doing was putting washi over it and then putting my own stickers there. And I really like the way it looks because you can see because this is so small, it is hard to decorate it, and the washi decorated. So I have a cute monthly spread with very little decor in it. And then this, it had a little divider here because of the 24th and 31st. Obviously I don't need that, so I just put white out, like a white gel pen there to clear that. And then here was the rest of the month, and I just put washi there to hide that. Now this, these are already these are pre-done headers, which, you know, for those of us who have happy planners, we are not a fan of these pre-made headers. So I was covering these up even in my catch-all. It says monthly goals, action steps, monthly budget, which may work for a lot of people. It just never worked for me in any of my planners. So I just put washi there. If I decide what I'm going to use this for, then I will go ahead and do that. I'm just not sure yet. It's probably going to be more in the realm of working out versus anything else. And then I just went ahead and did that to kind of add some extra flair. This is what habits are you trying to break or create this month? I feel like let's go ahead and leave that there for a change. So the only thing I'm going to probably be marking on here is my Apple Watch rings and if I close them or not. I have stickers already made for that. Okay, and that is pretty much the only customization I have done thus far. I will be doing monthly goal setting and things like that with you guys, and you'll see how I'll customize this. I'll also go through when I do a setup how I'm going to like utilize this and my daily pages. So that is for another time, another day. Let's go back to here. Now, I have a completely separate goals planner. However, if you have watched those videos, you know, in that goals planner, I don't really focus on my physical wellness because I have a separate planner for my health and wellness. I will rather focus on those goals here. So I kind of like mention them and brainstorm them sometimes in that particular planner and do a very high level goals breakdown, but I really get into the nitty gritty in my fitness and wellness planner. Speaking of which, I will show you like my goals for April. Tracy. This will be a lot to put in to my goals planner for one of my categories. So that's the reason why I kind of do it separate, because I break the one category into multiple categories. So there we go. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to write the main areas when I talk about overall physical wellness. So one of them is going to be nutrition. One of them is probably, maybe I'll do nutrition and then put in parentheses food. And then the other one will be nutrition and in parentheses like vitamins because both of them are nutrition. And then I'm going to do fitness. And then the last one I might do like maybe recovery and relaxation might be the fourth one, which I usually have not been doing. I usually have just been doing my 3 categories. So I think that's what I'm going to do here. And then I'm going to kind of write. So this is going to be my 6th month type of outlook, like things that I want to do for the 6 months. And look, I created all of this stuff on my, I created this in Word, and then these came from, I'll show you the bigger version. Yes, I have books here because I don't like to print a page and have blank space. So I try to fill it all up. But I got this off of Canva, at least this Wheel of Life, right? Isn't that what's called? The Wheel of Life, yes. So we're going to do that. I'm going to have to kiss cut with my scissors or cut it out with my scissors. I'm going to do the whole July through December in 2024 and put that here. And then I have to think, because what I could technically do if I really want to. So this Wheel of Life I'm showing you this one because it's a little bit bigger, came from Canva. I changed, so when you get Canva, this is Canva Pro. If you've never had Canva Pro before, you usually can get a 1 month free trial. You just have to remember to cancel it. So literally you can sign up for it and then almost immediately cancel it, and then you will still have it for the 30 days for free, and then it would not renew. So that's a good way to do it, in case you forget. But if you forgot, it's like $11.99 a month. So this is part of the Canva Pro. And it was a little bit different because you can edit the templates that are on there. And so it had their own categories, and I changed them. And here are the categories that I have on here: cardio, nutrition, vitamins and supplements, overall wellness, relaxation, recovery, flexibility, strength, and cardio. I don't know where I started. I got confused. So I decided I couldn't change it to make it less than 8 categories, but I actually really like that it's 8 categories because I was able to divide it up just a little bit more. Because if I just had a fitness category, my fitness would always be probably at like a 5, because I might only be focusing on strength training and not focusing on cardio or anything else. So breaking it down I can better see the areas that I am slacking in. So this is new for me. Like I usually just did fitness as far as like my assessment as one whole category, but now I'm going to be dividing it up. So one thing I could do is I could add pages here and do another 4 of these over here. Let me see something real quick. All right, so I don't think I used it for my current one, but I've already taken it out because I could have just put it on the back of this. That would have been very helpful, Tracy. Let me see if I used it last year. So bummer, because I was like, I could have just took it out of another one and then taped it here. Which I could still technically do. Or let's not do that, because I don't need overall wellness, and I don't need relaxation, I don't think. So I could probably divide the boxes up, or I could put boxes here. Let's see something. So what I could do is put boxes now is when I wish I would have got this size boxes from the Mojo Jojo releases. All right, let me grab, I actually only need 2, right? Okay, so let's leave that part blank, and then I will go here. Okay, we're gonna leave these as is, because I think I only need, what is that? Those 2, which means I need boxes like this, which these came from these Hobby Lobby boxes. I'll keep all of this stuff out just in case I decide to do some more over here. So if I'm looking at my wheel, we'll just call this the wheel because that's what it is. We are going to, let's see. So nutrition and vitamins might go on the other side. And then I can do cardio, strength, flexibility, and recovery over here. And I'll go over in a minute what I kind of meant for these categories. And then this is going to be, and I hate using the word diet, but that's pretty much what it is, like your food, like your diet, not as far as like going on a diet, but diet as far as what type of food you're putting in your body. And then this one will be nutrition, vitamins. Okay. So those are what is here with the exception of overall wellness, which I put that here because that's going to be like the combination of everything, and relaxation. And relaxation is going to be more along the lines of getting like chiropractor adjustments, getting massages. So it's going to kind of bring in the mental, but it's also going to have that physical components to it. So it's not going to just be like journaling. It's going to be something that kind of relaxes the body as well as the mind type thing. So now that I have that, I can actually cut this and put my health assessment here. Okay. Perfect. Perfect after making like 6 cuts or 8 cuts. All right, so I'm going to just take this off of sticker paper. Like I said, I have the sticker paper. That's why I used it. You can print it on regular paper. You can glue down a regular sheet of paper if you don't have a printer and do all this by hand. You can make a circle with like a cup and then just draw it all by hand. Now you're going to see the writing below this, and some people will double up on sticker paper. Yeah, I'm too cheap for that. We ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. You could do that, but I'm cheap and I don't want to waste sticker paper. There we go. So I wanted this to be a full page, so I'm not sure what I'm going to use these boxes for. I might write the same things in these boxes and write the number. But this is going to be my starting point. I'm going to keep this letter to who you're becoming. Just keep that there. And I don't know if I'm going to use that. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut out July through December in 2024 and put that here. If I can find my scissors. All right. So I went ahead and cut out all of that. Now the only problem is this is not going to hide this. So what I could do is I brought out this. But the only thing is, well, it might not be too thick for down here. I just thought this was kind of cool looking. But I wonder what it's going to look like. This is so cool. This is Live Love Posh Washi. It was part of, I think it was like a 15 pack or a 12 pack of washi set. I will have it linked down in the description box as well as my discount code. Because this is just super cool. Okay. almost don't want to cover it up. I might not. I might go here and put it here because I kind of like the way that looks. Like, I don't want to cover it up with this. The washi is so cool. I don't want to cover it up. So we're just going to do this. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to use all the boxes, but I wanted them there just that way they're there. This is really pretty. Let's go back here real quick before I forget. I'm going to put my name here. Now this was cut with the Cricut. So I like the way this name page looks. So I don't think I'm going to put any more decorations on it. I'm just doing that so that way I know what planner it is, although you can easily look, but I like it. Okay, so now that that's done, we're going to go back here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start my assessment. And then I'm going to go back to here after I do my assessment to kind of write where I think I am. Okay, now I do want to say this would have been really pretty highlighted on regular paper and not the sticker paper. This sticker paper that I purchased is really cheap. I am an economical girl and I do go for the lower quality sticker paper versus the higher quality sticker paper. And when I was like kind of colored in with these markers or highlighters, they kind of looked a little off. It's starting to dry and look a little bit better. But yeah, I got these on clearance, but they work fine. I did it on regular paper and they look fine. I was just trying to make sure it was the paper and not the markers, and it's the paper. So I colored them in because I do like a visual. And then I decided to use these boxes down here for my current scores, which is what that is. And then my goal. So my goal for a lot of these is double or almost double or more than the current, because I'm doing horrible. And when it comes to my overall health, I need to strive for high because like I need to get healthy. And I need to stop like with the putting things off. And I need to make this probably my biggest priority in life, if I'm being completely honest. So let's go over it really quick. Nutrition, I've given a 3. Let's explain why I'm giving it a 3. So for nutrition, March, April, and May, I was horrible. I usually try to go gluten-free. I'm pretty good at going gluten-free. That was a doctor recommendation, not a requirement. I had a gluten sensitivity, but not a gluten intolerance or a gluten allergy. I guess sensitivity and intolerance are kind of similar. So I do not have a gluten allergy. I'm not celiac, but I do have a sensitivity to it. However, I have been eating gluten, and my excuse for eating gluten is when I went to Egypt, I knew it was going to be extremely difficult to eat gluten-free because I was eating out. I was in another country, but I was like, you know, US gluten is completely different from the rest of the world gluten. Just like US dairy is completely different from the rest of the world dairy. It's like it affects you different here in the States than it does in the rest of the world. For some reason, it's just all of the additives and stuff. Here, it's just not. Whatever. That's a completely different story. But the problem was, and then I was like, oh, and now I'm going to go Wilds. And I don't want to have to worry about being gluten-free when I'm going to be having kind of like more of a limited type of options. And I knew there was going to be snacks and meals and stuff provided. Sometimes I go Wilds through like affiliate events and like Plan JAMA and stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to be, I do not want to restrict myself. So then it was like, okay, well now I'll just eat gluten in March and April. And then May came around and I was like, oh, my birthday month, I'm going to want some dessert for my birthday. So then I ate gluten in May. So to me, just the fact that I had been so good being gluten-free, I mean like years, I mean on it, like I would cheat every once in a while, which you should not cheat because adding gluten for like one meal completely means you need to kind of reset, and it takes a while to reset. But that would bring me almost down to like a level 1 for nutrition just from that alone, because my sugar intake was ridiculous. My carb intake, my unhealthy carb intake was ridiculous. And like I said, I was eating gluten and tons of dairy. So it's like 3 things that are really bad, and probably a lot of soy too, but soy isn't always captured. It's hard to recognize soy. And then January and February, when I should have been on point, I was definitely not nearly as on point as I should have. So I would say I may have been at a 5, maybe a 6, but that was the beginning of the year. I should have been like at an 8, right? So 5.5, we would say for that. So like now I'm like at an average of like 3. I've been better in June because I'm like, okay, celebrate my birthday in May. That's kind of like, that's my new year, new me. It's like my birthday. So I've kind of been more on point in June. So that's the reason why I, was kind of there. But I'm like, you know what? Let's not even lie. I'm not even going to say because I did better in June, I'm not raising it. So I'm at a 3 because I should have been better the first half of the year. So nutrition, I gave a 3. My goal is a 6 or a 7. And that's more of a realistic goal. I mean, ideally I would love to be an 8, if not a 9. But realistically, I know that I'm going to probably get into a really bad habit sometimes of just not eating balanced meals, even if I don't snack all the time or eat gluten or dairy. I'm just going to probably get into some times when I get home from work late and then I have a snack instead of a meal, So that's the reason why I'm going to leave it at 6 or 7. Vitamins, I gave a 5. I've been struggling with my midday vitamins because I have to go and take them at different times, because if you guys take any vitamins or take any medication, certain vitamins should not be taken near medication. Certain vitamins probably should not be taken together, just because it kind of reduces the effectiveness of it. Or sometimes it could interfere. So like I need to take my vitamins separate. I can't like set an alarm for noon and then take all my midday vitamins. Like I need to take one, kind of mid-morning to like early afternoon. I need to take one before lunch, and then I need to take one around dinner time. So that kind of like throws everything for a loop. So I have not been good at that, but I'm on point when it comes to my bedtime vitamins because I have a pill case right by my bed, and every night I take them along with like a couple of prescription medications. So it's a 5. And I feel like if, I'm probably not gonna be perfect with my midday vitamins. So, but I gave it an 8. An 8 would be perfect for me. Cardio and strength, I both gave them a 4.5. They probably should be lower than that because I have not been good with working out. Again, March, April, and May, horrible for everything goal related, especially for health and wellness. But I'm still going to give myself a 4.5 because I actually enjoy both of those, and I've been kind of finding the joy in them again. But I should be at least at a 7. For cardio, I'm going to say a 6. Cardio, I'm going to say a 6 or a 7. Strength, I'm going to say a 7 or 8. Sometimes my strength training can double as a cardio if I do like a body pump class or something like that, because your heart rate goes through the roof. So strength, I want it to be a little bit better than cardio. Flexibility is a 1, and flexibility is yoga. Let's be honest. And it probably should be a 0, but I want to have some color. I want to color it in at least a little bit. So it's a 1. I need it to be a 5. Like this is a need, not a want. Yoga is just all around good. I've talked about that I have Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism, and like my doctor is like, yeah, you shouldn't be doing cardio. Well, I love some of my cardio workouts, so I'm going to keep doing them. But she's like, you need to do more yoga, stuff like that. That's going to be better for your body. And she's like, you will probably see more of a change in your physique if you did yoga versus the other one, because I'm putting stress on my body, which might cause me to like not to see any progress when I do cardio. So we'll see. Recovery is a 1. For recovery, I'm thinking more foam rolling, stretching. So like after I work out, you know how you have like a 5-minute cool down, that doesn't count. It's actually doing like stretching maybe when I wake up in the morning, stretching before I go to bed, doing like an actual foam rolling class, which they have on demand, like once a week, twice a week. Once a week would raise that up considerably. But I definitely need to be stretching daily. So right now I have a 1. I want to be an 8. That might seem like completely like, Tracy, what are you thinking going from a 1 to an 8? This is a need and not a want. Relaxation, I'm about at a 3, but I want to be at a 6 or a 7. And when I talk about relaxation, I'm thinking like massages. So it's kind of recovery, relaxation, but recovery, I'm thinking about things I could do for myself. Relaxation, I'm thinking more things that I would have to pay to maybe do. So I'm thinking like massages, chiropractor. So I do go to the chiropractor and stuff semi-regularly. That's why that's a 3. It probably maybe should be a 4, but I really have to get back into massages. And that's why I said a 6 or a 7. And the overall, I'm at a 4, which might seem a little high based on these numbers, but I'm going to say I feel like overall health assessment is probably about a 4, and I really want to be an 8. So yeah, I said there was going to be a big jump. All right, so that is my current versus goal. Okay, it's looking better now that it's drying. All right, but I'm gonna put this here because I don't want it to get on the other one. So now I'm gonna talk about like, so now we kind of know where I want to be. I'm gonna kind of write here like my 6-month, I guess my 6-month overall goal. I don't really know. So I think this is what I'm going to use. These are like this is like the outcomes I want. So I want to increase my body fat. I want to increase my muscle mass. And with that, I want to lift heavy. I want to lift heavy. But I want to lift heavy, or we'll just put in parentheses heavier. Because I'm also going to be doing body pump, which is like low weight, high reps, or lower weight, high reps. So like you can always lift like 5 to 10 pounds heavier if you do like lower reps. I'm thinking more of arms for that way. If it's like lower body, you can probably do 10 to 15 pounds heavier. All right, cardio. I want to increase endurance. And I also want to decrease body fat. I can have that in more than one place. But the increased endurance is something really big. And the other thing I want to do, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to achieve this. And what do you call it? Improve heart rate recovery, maybe? And like, what I mean is my heart rate doesn't come down very quick, and it's fine. I've gone to a cardiologist. I have a high heart rate. So like when I'm doing high intense cardio, my heart rate would get close to 190 and I'm fine. I can actually still talk when it gets there. It will not go over. It rarely goes over 190. It's kind of like that's my threshold, and it starts coming down on its own. Even if if it gets to like 190, I probably have to like slow down. And that sounds really high, but it's fine. Like I said, I had it checked. But my heart rate comes down slow, which means I'm not in shape. I mean, duh. But like when you get more in shape, then your overall, like your heart rate will start coming down faster, and I'll start getting closer to your resting heart rate faster. So that's kind of what I really want to do. Flexibility. So I mean, basically, this is just I want to improve overall flexibility. All right, so this kind of seems flexibility. I want to increase overall flexibility. But then it's also the goal of like reducing my overall muscle aches and injuries. Because I think, with strength training and even cardio, like I have like knee issues, and I don't know that it's necessarily my knees. I think some of that is my hips. So like I know a lot of times like even your back might be sore, but it's not your back. And other issues, I know when I was doing rowing regularly, I used to have really sore elbows, and I thought I was getting like tennis elbow or something like that just from the rowing motion. And I talked to the owner, and he was like, you know what it probably is? I can't remember the muscle, but it's like right under your armpit towards your back. He was like, I think it's your lat. Maybe it's your lat. I can't remember I know what my lat is. I think it was my lat. He says probably your lat muscles. He said if you release your lat muscles, then your elbow will probably like go away. It's probably what's causing your pain. It did go away, but I know when I went and got a massage and they massaged that, my lats were so tight. I had like tears coming out of my eyes. So like I really need to like start doing like overall flexibility and overall like just to kind of reduce that like muscle issues when I work out. And then recovery is going to come over this. So I need to stretch. Foam roll. I say foam roll. I also have those yoga wheels that are like 3 sizes that you can like massage your spine and stuff with. So that will include that. I also have a heating mat or a sauna blanket. All right. Nutrition and diet. So we've already talked about this. Again, I'm going to talk about my recovery is more, we'll put here, it's more muscle recovery. And that's how I'm going to do it. Those are more like action steps, where the other ones are kind of what I was, but it's kind of hard sometimes to come up with some of this stuff. All right. Nutrition and diet. We're going to keep talking about this over and over. I need to practice balanced nutrition. I actually have a game plan for this already. You'll see that when I get into my monthlies. Balanced nutrition. Now, there are other things that I focus on when I talk about my nutrition and diet, but these are the main things I really need to focus on. So gluten-free, low to no dairy, low to no processed sugar, increased veggies, whole foods. That is kind of what I'm talking about for balanced nutrition. And then nutrition, vitamins is just going to be, so vitamins, so incorporate all doctor recommended vitamins and supplements. I'm going to put on here bone broth powder or collagen to supplement protein. I need to make sure I'm hitting my protein goals. That's more of a diet thing, but I have bone broth powder and collagen. I'm trying to stay away from whey, and definitely I cannot do pea protein. That I do have a sensitivity or an allergy to peas, so I cannot do pea protein. On a lot of your non-dairy, really even like, I don't know, it has the pea protein in it. So it kind of leaves me with bone broth if I need a high protein intake, because it's like 20 grams in that, where a collagen only has like 11. So just FYI, I have to get that online. I get it from like Amazon. It's actually pretty good. It's just you have to blend it, because it does make things like clumpy if you don't. And then here, my other category, what was my other category? I'm not going to do overall. I'm going to do relaxation. And I'm going to put massages, regularly. I'm going to put chiropractor, regularly. I should do 7 or 8, but that's all right. I'll just keep 8 hours of sleep. And then the last one, I'm going to say, okay, the stress and anxiety reducing activity should have been the first, and I could have did massages and chiropractors as part of that. I'm going to leave this one blank, but there we go. That's kind of what I wanted to do. Is this is going to be my jumping off point for my monthly goals. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'll set up the first week with you guys. I'll set up my monthly goals here. So I'm going to have my monthly goals here. And then for my week, I'll probably just, on this note section, I'll do like a sidebar. I'll just do bullet points or something. And this is where I will kind of write my action steps. And then I can kind of check them off as I do them. All right, guys, this is a long video. I apologize. Thank you for sticking with me if you did. I really do appreciate it. I just was going to be doing this anyway. I needed to do the setup, so I just figured I would just go ahead and film it, just in case it might help someone out there who was looking to kind of refresh their planner for the upcoming second half of the year, or just if you were someone that does a first half of the year goals, second half of the year goals. I just kind of wanted to share with you my setup in case it might give you some ideas. So there we go. Thank you so much again for tuning in. And if you enjoyed it, do not forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing. Any likes and subscriptions helps my videos as far as in the feeds and kind of helps me in the search engines and stuff like that. So I would really appreciate it if you would consider doing all those YouTube things. All right, y'all. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.